YouTube. This is Dr. Wanda. It's been a while since I sat down and actually just talked with you and giving you an update on everything that is going on with me in Giabu in Ghana, West Africa. It's been an interesting journey over the last couple of months. A lot of it has been beautifully difficult, beautifully ugly, beautifully painful. But in the end, this too shall pass and life goes on. I want to start by talking about the absolute best thing that has happened. And the best thing that has happened is that Wonderland's Naturals is a real company. Now, I know I've discussed this before on a smaller scale. I talked about it being sort of like a My Pie type um, online store that I was running with my husband. But I got to a place where I understood that, like, actually, it's bigger than that. So here it is, more than a year and a half now, that I have actually been able to sustain living, like live completely off of that income. And so there's not this other income coming from the West. It is exactly taking care of me and the various people attached to me here in Ghana. And so I got to a place I said, you know what, you need to respect the gift of small business, the gift that God has given you, and you need to take this serious. So I'm a person, I look at the store every day. I look at the SEO, I look at the statistics. I'm always trying to figure out how to make it better. I'm definitely toying with various things that are seasonal. I put some seasonal things on the market and take them off. And then I put some things that are staple. I take suggestions from clients. If somebody says, hey, have you heard of this? I do my research and then I see if I can find it. And so it has given me the space to actually have a team. Um, and part of that team is the Honorable Frank Otto, who is a educator and a businessman out of Timber Newtown, but he also is the assemblyman there. And that's how I came to know about him, because he was so active and so down to earth in his work that I kept an eye on him. We were kind of secret admirers of one another's work, and we finally had an opportunity to meet, and he seemed like a good match when my husband no longer was able to be a match, and we'll talk about that later. Um, Grandma Vic and Susie, who are in-laws, have always helped me. But I realized, I said, they've been helping me all year. When I need bulk, when I need particular things that are difficult for me to find, or I would have to go all the way to Accra, because Grandma Vic is a veteran market woman, she gets them for me. And then she's a master negotiator. And then the bottom line is she's a plug thug. She's connected. So I get the best prices, um, fresh items, and then it's all reasonable. Like, she brings it home, Gia brings it when she comes to me, or I can just casually go to Timber Newtown and pick it up, so I'm not putting all that wear and tear on my body and spending all this money sending somebody to look for it for me and play games. And then Susie is a translator. She's a person that can help really make it clear what I'm looking for to Grandma Vic, but then also she can help me work through understanding what the herbalists are saying, how the item works, how the herb works, how the root works, the berry works, whether she's familiar with it or not. So I have that dynamic duo that I finally said, you know what, let the world know that they're part of the team. I've interviewed Dr. Michael Tate twice on the show. It's always been well received. And he is a specialist with herbal, but he also is grounded in orthodox. So you get the best of both worlds. And my close friend, Lexine uh, Phillips Beasley, said to me, she said, listen, when you complete your team, let's make it the number 7. That's the number of completion. Let's complete it. And I couldn't think who that 7th person would be. But the Lord reminded me. The doctor has enjoyed being on the show. He is always open and readily available to ask and to answer questions, whether you text it to him or he has to give you an audio file. And I said, you know what? Let me ask him. If nothing else, let him be another player on this team. And so I got the doctor as part of my team. My driver, Mr. Godsway, who drives me every place, stays the long haul with me, who turned into my partner with shopping, and then has gotten to the point, because the one downfall he had is he didn't have a smartphone. He got him a smartphone, so now he is the go-to person. If I don't feel like that post office in, then Mr. Gosway can come to the apartment, get the orders. All he has to do is go to the post office. He knows the drill. He knows, look, you sign, you take pictures of each one, because I send the clients a picture of their package so they know that not only did I mail it, but here's your tracking number too, so there's no confusion. Yeah, he's my right hand in that post office and getting those things there. And I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It just can't get too much better than that. And then I looked at my statistics. The one area I'm injured in is social media. So yeah, I'm on social media, but social media ain't my thing. I'm not on Snapchat, and then I go to Instagram, and then I go to Tumblr. Then I'm not that person. So the young woman who my son Joseph sent to me, she I actually was looking at her to be the like the fill-in when I go home for a couple of months, so that she could run the store. And she was struggling to get the app, and it was all this, and she's way out in Coforidia. It's way too far, but she still wanted the opportunity to work for the company. And one thing I know is when somebody wants something, if they're hungry, you give them good consideration. So I went ahead and interviewed her, and she said to me, looking, I said, look at the store, give me your thoughts on the store. And the first question she asked me, she said, how can I follow you on Instagram? And I realized she could not follow me on Instagram because what? I'm not on Instagram. And I said, I'm not on Instagram because I'm not an Instagram girl. Is that something that you can manage? And she said, yes, ma'am. And I said, okay. So I was at 75% when I gave her the task, and we're at 55, where the numbers are rising for not only Instagram but Pinterest and Facebook, because she's beginning to get some energy going around that. And so that is just awesome sauce. So that's my seven: Frank Otto, Grandma Vic, Susie, Mr. Gosway, Gold, and Dr. Michael Tetet. That makes seven with myself. So, in this time, um, as a series of misunderstandings and fights, Isaac removed himself from the store, not on his own. He did things that I considered offensive. We got into a fight, and one thing that he used to do, he kept the link to the store on his Facebook page. He never individually promoted product. He never got up and said buy this or buy that. But I was always like, okay, well, at least he does that. Now, for me, that was a struggle because you're eating off of this. We buy our water, we buy our food, we buy our transport. So to me, every chance you get, since you live off of it, you should promote it. Okay, he wasn't doing that. And I didn't hold it against him because he had that link up. We had an argument, he removed the link. And when he removed the link, as part of the argument, he also unfriended me and took down. We have the juice registered under Wonderland's Multiverse. He removed that from his page and he put something else up. It was just all these, for me, very adolescent moves. I said, okay, why would you move the link if you love the store? Now, you have to know that he helped me build Wonderland's Naturals, because he was the legs. He laid the groundwork at that post office where things run very seamlessly for me. He was There was no herb that was too far. He would, go bus, whatever he needed to get the stuff. He built the relationships with the various vendors. He at one point was my market lady negotiator and this kind of thing. So I said, why would you take down something that's feeding you? So me, when I find something to be precious, and it becomes sacred to me. I said, okay, now you're toxic. Let me remove you. Okay, so I took the link and I put it on my page, and instantly, when I put it on my page, we got a lot of sales. I have a much bigger following. I'm way more active in terms of my social activism, my edu activism. So, and listen, I had never even thought to put the link up on my page because I don't really use my page in that way. So he taught me something. So it was what was supposed to be an insult actually ended up being a gift. So I put it on my page and I said, okay, if you feel this level of hostility, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove you from the Etsy site, from the store. So I removed him, his bio, all of it. And then I was just sitting there by myself. And I said, oh, wow, you know, I would look at the page and feel kind of sad. I'm like, we started this as a team. And some has gotten lost in translation, and some of these personal issues have spilled over into the work. And anybody will tell you, I'm cut off my mother's cloth. You can play with me about a lot of things. Don't play with me about my kids, and don't play with me about how I make my money. So once you start messing with that work, he got his feelings hurt. He said, "Why did you remove me from the store?" I said, "You removed me off of your page doing some sort of adolescent, punishment. I don't know what it was because I don't play on that level. I took you off of what was important. I took you off of what makes money. I took you off of what was giving you a purpose, a goal. I took you off of that. When you get serious, let me know. But this is not anything that we're going to battle around. If you with a company, be with the company. If you're not with the company, don't be with the company. But the bottom line is that we have been living completely food, entertainment, all our basic necessities, travel, uh, miscellaneous, all of it has come off of Wonderland's Naturals. I won't let anybody throw any kind of dirt on it, any kind of insult towards it. So that's what happened. Um, and looking at me sit up there lonely, just my name and my bio, the Lord stirred me and said, "You need a team." And I already had a team, but I needed to know I had that team. And I needed to acknowledge to the world that, like, yes, Wonderland's Naturals is here to stay and it's growing, but it can't do it alone. None of us get anything done in a vacuum. And so I said, let me come out that vacuum. Let me stand with a group of people that have skills and talents that are different from me. You know, um, Frank is a far more public person than me, even though he is a reserved person. We're kind of similar as sort of social introverts, but he's impactful, and I wanted an impactful partner. An experienced market lady, an interpreter, someone that enjoys social media. And then, come on, I am a PhD and a professional student, and that gives you this sort of the drive to always be researching. But the truth is, who is the doctor? Who is the herbal specialist? He is the head of the herbal specialist team at Timma Memorial Hospital. That's Dr. Tate. So, you know, let the experts do what the experts do. If I have to speak, and I get people asking me questions, and I'm always humble. When I know, I know. When I don't know, I don't know. And I'm never too ashamed to look nothing up. But now I feel like the store can offer even more. So even while I'm talking to you, one of the things that Wonderland's Naturals is set to offer is 20-minute consultation for $25 with the doctor in the WhatsApp, through the WhatsApp. So it doesn't matter where you're at in the world. If you got that WhatsApp, you can talk to him and ask questions. We're starting with the herbs and things that the store offers, but of course, while you're dialoguing with him, you're free to speak about whatever you would like to. But that's one of the beautiful things that we're offering through Wonderland's Naturals that he's bringing to the table, that I personally think is absolutely priceless. So as you see, a lot has gone on, and I'm just going to give it to you in chunks. We're going to chunk this out. So this is the first part. I'm no longer partnered with my husband on Wonderland's Naturals. There's always the possibility of restoration, of him returning, but for that to happen, he has to have a different mindset, a different respect about the store, and shouldn't matter what state of the relationship we in. If you value something, you treat it a certain way, and I'm firm about that. I have put together the Magnificent Seven. We are moving forward, learning each other, and it's my hope to actually have a Wonderland's Natural luncheon where we can all sit and talk and break bread, and I can really share my vision and my mission of what I'd like to see happen with this store, because higher education played with me quite a bit. I never intended on being an entrepreneur, but Ghana has given me the one thing I most needed, which it has given me. It has given me a new direction in terms of career, and I'm excited about that. Um, we're gonna stop right there. I missed you all. Um, the next session, I'll talk to you about some hurts. I lost two beautiful friends to cancer, and I'm dealing with some marital strife. So we'll talk about that in the next session. Right now, we're gonna leave off on all this good Wonderland's natural news, and I'm signing out.